In the Back of the Book segment tonight, a Muslim advocacy group with strong ties to the Obama administration is now suing the NYPD over its spy program. The New York City police launched the undercover spy operation after 9/11, targeting Muslims in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Yesterday, 8 New Jersey Muslims filed a federal lawsuit directly challenging that program.
To find out that the New York Police Department actually took photographs of our mothers, our children, and those individuals that come into our businesses has created an atmosphere where there is certainly an undue suspicion that has been cast upon the entire Muslim community.
Joining us now from Chicago is Ahmed Rehab. He's the director of the Chicago chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations. Ahmed, it's great to see you. Look, this is a sensitive topic for, I understand, Muslims and also for non-Muslims in America, given what happened on 9/11, given what we have tried to avert in the way of other terror attacks. I know you're familiar with the attempt to blow up the New York City subway, where we found out, of course, after our investigation, that a Queens imam was tied to that plot, and where the would-be terrorists met outside that mosque. That was the focal point of their meetings in their plot to blow up the New York subway system. Given that background, and I've just touched the surface of it, why, if you're an American Muslim, you're law-abiding people, as most overwhelmingly they are, why would you be upset about what the NYPD is doing?
Precisely because we are overwhelmingly law-abiding. It does not make sense. First of all, this program is unconstitutional. It's also un-American. Essentially, the pilgrims crossed an ocean to avoid this kind of religious harassment, as one of the plaintiffs actually said. And, you know, this program was targeting individuals and essentially the entire community. Restaurants, businesses, mosques, cab drivers, veterans, school groups. They weren't going after criminal leads, as law enforcement ought to do, or after suspicious leads, but rather entire community based solely on their religious affiliation and political opinions.
Do you believe there's a compelling state interest in protecting the security of the United States of America?
Absolutely, and I believe that this is not the way it should be done.
So when we know for a fact that whether we're talking about the men who plotted to blow up Fort Dix in New Jersey, the New York City subway plotters, the would-be terrorists who met at the Albany Mosque several years ago, the fact that we know that Al-Qaeda and Al-Qaeda's affiliates use the platform of the mosque to recruit and to radicalize and to gain adherents and supporters, and sometimes money, by the way, those cases are well documented, that the NYPD should just say, okay, mosques are off limits?
No, they should say that where there is a criminal lead, that particular institution, we can obtain a warrant and can search it or wiretap it or do what's necessary to keep Americans safe. We know for a fact, as you used the word fact, the fact is the overwhelming majority of Muslims in this country are law-abiding. The fact is Muslims have been at the forefront of helping law enforcement abort and avoid terror plots in New York and New Jersey and elsewhere around the country. And we ought to look at the Muslim community as a partner. We cannot extend a handout to say you're a partner, at the same time, with the other hand, be wiretapping or surveilling or having, you know, illegal spying activity. You lose trust.
Well, first of all, Ahmed, with all due respect, you don't determine whether something is illegal. I don't determine whether something is illegal or unconstitutional. A court of law does. And a judge will determine, I think with great care, given what's at stake in our country, I think a judge will determine, I hope with great care, what is and what is not constitutional
and that's precisely
and
what this
permissible
lawsuit
under the
is
laws.
about. That's why there's a lawsuit, because the lawsuit is trying to get that question answered by a court judge. It's not up to Fox News or to Ahmed Rehab or to CAIR to determine that question. That's precisely why this lawsuit is merited.
We all have a vested interest in keeping this country safe, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. And Mr. Rehab, we appreciate it very much. And pinheads and patriots are on deck.